Hello, my name is Terry. We're going to be working with a Phantom 410 mid-tower chassis case. This is the normal black and white case, but I went ahead and spray painted red and blue with the intake being blue and the exhaust being red. And what we have here inside is actually an H105 that I went ahead and spray painted white with Cooler Master's Jet Flow or Jet Cool's 120mm case fans in push-pull configuration. I have a Kentech 850 watt power supply and a Kentech 750 watt power supply connected to a jumper that is on this side of the case. I have the original Super Multi, but newer edition with Blu-ray burner and also CDRW burner. So it's the original Super Multi, but newer version of LG's. This is the jumper that's connected to the 750 watt power supply. And we have, of course, the JVC $20 RX 300s headphones. I was going to get the mono-priced ones that they suggested on Google, but they outbidded me on eBay. So I have that. We have Jet Flow here on the back as an exhaust. We have a Corsair SPL 120 that comes with the H105 that's going to be fanning the back of the CPU there. And since you got all that done, we have also an intake right here that's spray painted blue. This is a Cooler Master 120 as well, Jet Flow. And we have two in the front intakes that are also 120 millimeter Jet Flows as well. H105, we're going to be doing a series of tests today. This is the stock H105 thermal paste that's on there right now, and we're going to be testing that with a 5820K today with the X99 OC Formula ASRock motherboard, standard, not the 3.1 version that's just came out not too long ago. So let's go on with that. So now that you've seen the case that we're going to be working with, I'll let you see all the hardware. Okay, so we have, for cooling solutions, we have a GC Extreme paste that we're going to be testing, N-Tech 6, Nano Diamond thermal paste, and also Liquid Pro's liquid metal cool laboratories thermal engineering in a shot. We have 8-pin power connector splitter. We also have XFX DVI to VGA adapter. That's if the Power Color 7990. I bought this refurbished. That's if that doesn't have it in it. I've got the Arctic Clean cooling remover and purifier. The M95 mouse for MMO gaming. I've got the 5820K i7. I've got some 4-inch nylon wire ties, surge protector, IROX, gaming keyboard, backlit, so for at night where you need to do work or video editing or even doing your gaming, it's blue backlit and it's also white. I have the 850 EVO 500 gigabyte up here, SSD, the H105 here, that's currently in the system. What else do we have here? The 7990 Power Color. This is the better hardware unlocked version, to where it starts out at 1300 megahertz and roughly about 1300 megahertz memory and 925 V-core for the processor GPUs. So there's two GPUs in the 7990. So they're both set at 925. Oh yeah, the ASRock OC formula. I have yet to open that yet. I've got the Asus 802.11 AC 1300 wireless to go along with a Netgear R6300 version 2. I have the Samsung 22-inch monitor. That's a standard 1080, nothing special, 60 Hz regular, Series 1. I have the G-Skill Ripjaws GRK 4x4 memory kit. I will be using a iWork, which has all the screwdriver bits that you would need, whether it be Phillips flathead or star bit or square, all different types. We've also got the Logitech Z506. I went into Target and they actually had a sign that was like, save, this originally was like $79.99. It said save $17 and you get it for $32, but the $17 was large, like it was the sale price. So I have the receipt that says I got the Z06 Logitech for $17 and $1.62 for tax, for a total of $18.62. So I saved roughly about $60 just on this one sound system here. It's the Z06 150 watt max. That's 75 watt RMS. That means like a standard wattage that you would normally provide the speakers with. So 75 watts for all around is what it's normally going to peak at. But it says 150. Okay, so we're going to start unboxing, getting this thing together, and I'll be editing before I put this on YouTube, so if something takes too long, I'll fast forward or cut it out. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to get to work. I got my #1 cup that the parents had. I got some orange juice with it. Let me get this box out of the way. First thing I gotta do is make sure everything works, so I'm gonna set this up real quick, make sure everything posts. Unbox everything. So the mouse is getting unboxed. So the mouse just comes with the mouse. It's got however many buttons, let's see. 15 programmable buttons, 9 macro keys, a total of 8200 DPI. That's dots per inch for DPI. So the more dots, the faster the mouse will go across for each movement, inch of movement. The less dots it reads, the slower it will go across the screen. That's for mouse. course, we got the 850. Let's save that for last. We're going to need to check out the processor, make sure. Get this open. There's a processor. I don't know if you can see it that well. This says Intel Core i7-5820K, SR205, 3.30 gigahertz, Malay for Malaysia, and it's got the little code down there at the bottom and underneath, and down here it's another code with the arrow stating R3 on it. So we're going to give that a test to do some overclocking, and hopefully our cache ratio will get above 38, 39, 40, because I checked out some other guy's YouTube page and he was having trouble getting the cache ratio up. So I told him Intel's XTU would work, but he didn't have the OC formula ASRock, so hopefully this is going to help the cache ratio get over that mark. So let's see. So the ASRock backlit gaming keyboard, white, and there's the backlit button, so if you don't want it backlit, you can turn it off. It's a USB 2.0, so it was came out a little earlier, so it's a little set on older technology. So let's look at that. It's there. Let's look at, make sure we got everything with our OC formula. Special OC formula bag, that's what I like to see. Okay, we got a motherboard back plate for our case there. We got our, this is an SLI bridge, multi-GPU. This looks like a 4-way or 3-way bridge because it's kind of long. And we got that. This is a SATA power connector, connected to a 4-pin fan or CPU header. Ooh, a couple things dropping here. Okay, we have a little screw pin there. Did you notice I don't have a grounding strap for my wrist as I'm going to work on this, but what I do have is the anti-static bag that comes with the motherboard, and also I'm on hardwood floor and not carpet, so it's not going to develop any static electricity. Here's another SLI bridge. So this must be for a 2-way. This is kind of smaller. Another small tiny screw. We have a SATA connector, SATA 3, 6 GB a second. We have another 6 GB SATA connector, and another SATA 6 GB connector, SATA 3, and another multi-GPU SLI video link card, bridge. We've got the drivers right here, as well as a ASRock sticker for the logo for your front of your case, and I'll certainly be doing that. And this one offers me Norton by Symantec, so we'll be checking that out as well. We've got the user manual here, quick installation guide, how to install everything. I'll need this when I put the front panel power on. and I know I already read it online to check the DDR4 locations, because I only bought four sticks of 4 GB and not 8 sticks of 4 GB. So I went for price performance on here. We have the software setup guide as well. Okay, looks like it's all there. I'll just put this stuff back. First thing we're going to do is test everything, make sure everything works, and we're definitely going to need a SATA connector to make sure my hard drive works, as well as that. So, I'll set the guide down, set the bag down, take out the SATA connector. This is the anti-sag bag that we're talking about here. So we're going to leave it in there for now until we get everything else unboxed. This tells you how to get the M95 software. And it tells you to go online at Corsair.com and get the your software for your 1 millisecond response time. So Vengeance Gaming, Corsair.com/Vengeance Gaming. Here, Vengeance M95. So it's Vengeance series and tells you good software. I already have it on my laptop. I like the mouse and I like it, so that's what I'm going to be getting. It's set at 3.0, so I believe, yeah, 3.0. So, need to check the video card and make sure everything's in it. So, comes like so. It's got a power jack installation guide, support bolt, extension rod, extension cap, adjustment nuts, support body, fixed screw, support base. What we will be doing is definitely taking it apart and getting some Liquid Pro on the 2 GPUs to make it cooler. So I think that's what this power jack is going to be for. Or to set our motherboard up so it doesn't fall down. That's what that's for. But first, before we put some Liquid Pro on the 2 GPUs, we're going to be testing it to make sure it works first. So this is the power jack where you set it in there and make sure that it doesn't fall on you. as you screw in your video card to your case. I'm quite I think we're missing a piece here. It's supposed to go right in here. Yeah, we're definitely missing the extension rod that comes with it somewhere. I think it's in here. We'll find it. So, we have a 6-pin to 8-pin converter, power connector, another 6-pin to 8-pin power connector. We have a DVI to VGA adapter. We have a mini HDMI to that looks like a SATA connector or standard HDMI connector to mini HDMI for the motherboard. We have a crossfire bridge here. Comes with the video card. We have another 6-pin, so 3 converters total, 6 to 8-pin adapter, and another mini HDMI to HDMI converter. That's what it's looking like. Requirements. System requirements. Motherboards that has a 16-lane graphics slot, minimum Intel Pentium 4 CPU with 4 GB of RAM. My very first CPU build, or PC build, was a Pentium 4 hyper-threading processor with standard Foxconn motherboard. It had 800 megahertz front side bus and 3 gigahertz CPU speed. So the setup goes like so. Tell us the adaptive connectors and total outputs you can have. So it looks like for the mini display port, oh, that's what they are, display ports. We can have total outputs of 6 on those. DVI to mini display port, we can have 6 total outputs. VGA, HDMI, and 2 mini display ports, 5. DVI with 2 mini display ports and 1 VGA, you can have up to 4. So it looks like. And set that aside. We're going to know how to use that. Last but not least, the video card, the heavy duty video card. Important that we don't touch the fins or any of the memory slot units, as static electricity could cause a short in it and electrostatically short it out. So it has 3 heatsink blocks and 3 fans. That goes with the 2 GPUs on the back that is really don't see, but looks like lots of hardware. We have 3 8-pin power connectors right there. So they said it's a working video card, so we're going to check it out. So yeah, we'll take the anti-static bag away for right now. Well, we'll put it back in the case. This button here, I checked online, did a little bit of research. This will initiate the unlock mode. If I don't hit this button, it'll stay at 13 megahertz memory clock and 925 megahertz core clock for the GPUs. But if I hit this, it'll unlock it to the standard, I believe it is 950 to 1000 megahertz GPU clock to 1500 megahertz memory clock for 6 gigabyte of memory. So, and it has the extra hardware for the overclocking and to be able to handle it better. So, now that we know the hardware is there, and we're going to be testing it here shortly. As we know, my H105 is currently in my case itself already, so we're going to need to take that out and probably set it up here to connect it and get the PC ready. So, and this is my Wi-Fi. Here we probably should open it. Just about the last thing I have yet to open. Sealed. We bought it from Fry's today. $75. But they offered me a $10 mail-in rebate. But I tried getting the mail-in rebate one time and couldn't get it for another object back when I had my first PC build. When I was doing my Pentium Core 3 gig. That was a long time ago. Roughly in about 2004 is when I did that PC build. And it is 11 years later and I'm doing my second PC build. Oh, look at that. Got everything falling on me. So here's what we got. We got stop, having trouble, call us at 1-812-282-2787 or networking support at asus.com. We got the quick start guide, PCE AC56. So this is a 1300 AC, so it's going to be going roughly about 867 megabytes per second for the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi side, and about 400 megabit per second 2.4 gigahertz side. So that's a dual band, just in case you guys haven't noticed. It's got the AI radar. It's mountable long-range extender. It's got the wider signal coverage, over 150% wider than standard AC dual band receivers. So I did some research. Asus had just about the best AC Wi-Fi that's out there. You can check online, do your Google search or Yahoo search or any kind of search engine search. You can do some research on it and find it. The AC56 with the Asus router tend to work really, really well up there in the best in the world section. So this is our drivers here. Usually what's current is out online that you need to download, but we can get these, and if we need to update them, we'll update them. So we'll go with that. So this is what our dual band Wi-Fi adapter looks like. It's so it looks like a ×4. This is the small, so it's ×4 PCIe slot. That's what I was looking for. Screw into the adapter there. My ASRock X99 didn't come with the a dual band wireless receiver, and I ordered a Cat 6 cord for it, but that's not coming in until about another 3 or 4 days. So I bought this so that I don't have to use cords, and if there's a problem I can just break out the cord and connect it manually through my router that I have in the kitchen, but I'm not going to show that right now. And it's got a nice heatsink on it, so if I get a fan on it, it'll cool down even faster. Check this out. Here's what you screw it into. Actually, the external antenna base here. Just screw these guys in. We'll do that now. We're going to have to hold it like this because all the weight's trying to go out of it. If we can get it set right. There we go. So this is going to be an extender. My case is roughly going to be about right here on my desk. And then my monitor is going to be on the left side here. So if I connect this to my case, my router is that way in the kitchen. So I'm going to see how much extension we have. So we have roughly about a good 2 feet on the extender. So if the case is right here, it's right here, going this way, I can roughly put it on the window seal right there. I can put it on the window seal right here. And here's the case attachment. But I don't see on the screws for the case attachment. Oh no. But it's alright. There's a case attachment already on its stock. So, I'm gonna leave it to the side right here. We'll deal with it later. First thing we need to do is get the case set up here so we can start working. I got a feeling this is going to be a long project. So, give me a second and I'll pause it and then go to the restroom. Oh, did I mention the, I got the surge protectors, good up to 1150 joules, which is roughly going to be about 1850 watts or slightly better. Roughly around 1900 watts. So yeah, pause this.